Howdy, welcome to the channel. And today we're going to be going over this new vacuum that Mrs. Homeworld requested that I purchase for her birthday. Yeah, we're a bit of a weird traditional couple with that kind of stuff. So this is actually a factory blemish model that we bought from Direct Tools Outlet whenever they had their 60% off sale. So we got this with the 4 amp hour battery included at an absolute steal of a price. So let's go ahead and break into this and let's see what's included. So per the usual, the top is sealed with glue. However, the bottom we actually have tape. So let's go ahead and unbox this from the bottom. If you've noticed, I've recently posted a video actually going over and talking about that particular place. And it is a little secret that I have, and that's where a lot of these tools behind me actually came from. Not all of them. I'd say about half of these I bought from there, and then the other half I actually bought directly from the big box store, just depending on how new the item was and how badly I wanted it.
I need it!
Oh, she's gonna love that. That's good for getting into those little weird areas. And it allows you to actually work around weird objects and get into couch cushions and stuff like that. That's gonna be amazing. Okay, now we have the dual bristle head. And here we have the 4 amp hour high output battery that came with it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the charger immediately, and I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my new 4 amp hour batteries with this. So we've got a handheld roller brush that came with it. And then of course we have a soft tool that you can go on surfaces that you're worried about marring, like wood floors and stuff like that. You can use this in the corner. Of course, we've got the typical crevice tool. We have the extension that connects the bottom portion to the actual main body. It's very typical of Ryobi. It's just a little push button, and you can push that and you can remove the wand. And whenever you remove the wand, it allows you to put on all sorts of different heads, whatever attachments they have with it. You can put on those various attachments on here so that you can actually use this just standing up. If you want to vacuum right along the edge of your baseboards, you can use that. Or if you want to stand there and get in the crevices of your stairs, you can use something like this attached to the power head to get down in the crevices. And of course, we've got the power head itself. Now I've got a couple more of these vacuums, but recently they moved to this round canister style, and this one is supposed to be HEPA. And at the bottom you can see we have a release button, and that's going to open up, and all of your debris, everything you vacuum up, is going to be in here. And of course you have the typical max line. This is where they want you to empty it at. It looks like we can also open the top. That's just a simple little push button. This has our actual filter in it. So we actually have a top part that is cloth, and then we have the stainless steel portion here. So this is going to pull out a lot of the larger debris, and then of course this is going to get your really fine stuff, your fine debris. This is what's going to hold that within the system. And it has 2 little tabs on the side of it, and that is what lines up with the canister here. So we close it back up. We've got hooks here on the bottom, and we simply take those hooks and we hook them in. Make sure we get it in properly and rotate the whole unit in. And you can see this is our release lever. We just need to make sure that that properly locks all the way up. On our back side here is where we have our battery insert. So a pretty simple design overall. Let's go ahead and hook up our battery to it. Now on the front, we've got on off. Okay, so that would be what they would probably call eco mode. Looking at it, it has a battery on it with a little leaf, but all it's gonna do is it's gonna take it from low to high suction. So that's gonna be what that is. And I bet this one has something to do with the beater here. We have the typical beater bar, and then we have the smoother one up front that is supposed to do a better job of catching different stuff. And these are supposed to be quick change, to where all you have to do is twist it right here on the outside with a quarter. There we go. So now you're able to pull out your beater bar. You're able to do this with both of them. So let's go ahead and put this back in, and we're just gonna make sure that we're lining up down here at the bottom. And you can see there is a spindle down here. We just need to take it and put it down onto that spindle. We have the unlock and lock, so we're gonna push it all the way in, and then we're gonna rotate it around to the lock function. And the other beater bar is going to be identical with the same capabilities to where you can pull it out by twisting it right here on the edge. We'll go ahead and do it real quick. There we go. So this one doesn't slide out the way the other one did. This one actually clips onto the spindle at the bottom, and then once it's in there, the whole thing slides into position. But you gotta make sure it's properly on the spindle. What's really interesting about this particular beater bar is this gray portion is actually a stiffer foam than what the rest of it is. So the yellow is actually very, very soft, almost felt-like. So let's go ahead and put this back on now. And then whenever you put it back on, make sure that your arrow on here, make sure that that arrow is pointing to the unlock section like that. And then we simply take it and we twist it over to the lock position. So that's the beater head on it. Let's go ahead and put this together now. And let's see what that last button did. So we've got on. And sure enough, whenever I turn on this beater button, it actually turns on and off the beater head. So let me go ahead and put on the other beater head here, and let's see if it has the beater functionality with it. It should. So you'll see what I just got through doing was I actually tilted this nifty little piece. If you're doing stairs and you're gonna be doing the runner like this, you'll want to flip this up so that you can do the risers that are on your stairs. So the same thing goes with your car seats. If you're working on your car seat, well, the part that your bottom is on, you're gonna be using it like this. Well, the back portion, you can flip this up, and now you can use this to vacuum the back of the seat as well. Now, the other nifty thing here that I pointed out earlier is this system is really amazing. It actually puts all of your suction down through these tubes so that you can get into really weird nooks and crannies. Like even if you're trying to put it in around a bolt, for example, if you detail cars, one of the real tricky areas is right around where the seat bolts come up and through. They typically come from underneath, and then you have a nut that goes down that secures it. Well, getting all around that is a pain sometimes. Well, this will actually allow you to stab that down in there and get around that bolt, and it's going to spread around that bolt as it needs to so that you can actually get around that bolt to do all the suction. It definitely has some good suction with it, and you can actually hear that as the system loses suction because it is completely capped off, you can actually hear it burping, because it's trying to release the pressure so that your vacuum motor doesn't overheat. So that's actually a really cool feature. These older models don't have that feature. So whenever it gets blocked off, man, that thing just starts screaming at you. So they also give you this mount, so you can actually take this and mount it up on your wall. And then all you would do is you would take your completely assembled unit. So you would take this and slide it around here, and there you go. Now you have your vacuum mounted to the wall itself. Now, the other nice thing about this particular vacuum is this. This unit is specifically made with a stiff enough head to where it will stand up all on its own. The older Ryobi stick vacs don't do this. They'll actually fall over on you. So this is a new feature that we really like, and Mrs. Homeworld was really excited about having this particular feature with the new one. And it's really simple to make it tilt down. There's nothing fancy. You don't have to push a button or anything like that, but you can actually see the mechanism right here that holds it up. You have a little tab, and then you have a receiver right there. So you do want to be careful with this, because if you're rough with your stuff and you have it like this and you slam it forward, well, you could eventually wear out the little tab. Or if you have dogs that run around or kids that run around and are going to bang into the side of this, then you could eventually end up causing that little tab to break off. So you'll want to be careful with it. The other nice thing about this is with the 4 amp hour high output battery, this will run for about 60 minutes. And it's not too loud. it's only 73 decibels. So if 75 decibels is too much for you, you might want to just throw on some headphones and listen to your favorite tunes while you're doing your vacuuming. So we've gone ahead and we've done a very bad thing. We have put some sawdust down here, and we're going to be using Mrs. Homeworld's new vacuum before she's even got the chance to use her birthday present that she requested and she wanted. I want to see how well this does. This is actually going to do a really good job of letting you see what it would be like on a hardwood floor. Wow, that is impressive. I don't see anything where I ran it at. I don't feel anything. My hand is clean.
My hands are clean.
There's nothing on my hand. I don't feel anything with this, but you can definitely see it up here in this canister. I'm gonna have to clean this out before Mrs. Homeworld gets it. Now let's do something else. I'm gonna compare this to the old one. So I actually have two of their older vacuums. I've got this one, and then I have this one, and this is the part I was talking about. You'll notice this one does not stand up. No matter what you do, this one is going to want to fall over. Now, if you're really talented and you don't have it on a wobbly table, you can get it to stand up, but the first time somebody comes along and barely brushes against it, it's going to fall over. This one, I literally could never get to stand up. So we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle some more stuff down, and let's see how this new beater brush does compared to this old one. Let's see if it does as quick and as good of a job as the new one does. Did you see how it pulled it back? And I had to come further back to try and get it. And I now have all the way back over to here where I didn't have it before. I now have the sawdust. I have it scattered all over the place. But you can see the difference between the two units. Let's grab this other one, the new one. Let's vacuum this up real quick. And let's see if it can do that without moving it around. I'm actually gonna take it and pull it this way so we can see if it pulls it back over here. So looking here, I see one piece here. I'm not feeling anything else on here. This new beater head actually really does everything that they claim that it can do. It does a much better job of picking up that little fine debris and the larger pieces as well, especially compared to the previous generation of vacuum. So what I usually do with these videos is I tell you I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a long-term review on this. Well, Mrs. Homeworld is gonna be the primary user of this vacuum, but I can definitely say that the whole family has used this one. And I actually convinced Mrs. Homeworld to stop buying Dyson. She had a Dyson and it continually had problems. She got tired of messing with it. Well, I let her use my Ryobi stick vac one day and she was like, you know what? It picks up better than the Dyson does. It does a better job than the Dyson does. And whenever I run out of juice, all I have to do is borrow one of your other batteries. And then I've got this set up to where it hangs on the wall. So it's always there. It's readily available for her. I make sure that she has a good battery in it, 4 amp hour, so that she can take care of all the rooms in the house she needs to. But this has been in the family for a long time, several years now, and we've had no issues with it. This one, we literally used it so much that we broke the hose on it. That tells you just how much we actually use these units. Mrs. Homeworld will continue to use this one, and if we have problems with it, if there are issues that arise, then we'll make sure to come back and have that conversation on here. And I'll try to do a year update with it so that everybody knows what it's like going on a year. Now, obviously, they're not gonna be selling them at that point, but it will let you know the history of their stick vacs and if they're worth it or not. So be sure to watch for that video in the future. So that goes over the new Ryobi stick vac that Mrs. Homeworld requested as her present. If you have any questions about this vacuum or the ones that are over here or any of the tools that are behind me, please leave it down in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys, especially great comments like this one. Thank you for leaving that wonderful comment, and please be sure to leave yours in the comments below. Thanks for watching.